Hey guys, and welcome to Nintenduary, an entire month where we look at a new Nintendo 64 game every single day for the entire month. My name is Elijah, and I'm here with Luke today.
Hello, I'm this Luke guy, I guess. And I gotta say, this Nintenduary project has been pretty fun. We have taken a look at some really great games and some pretty terrible ones along the way too. But for this final episode, we are looking at everyone's favorite fighting game, Super Smash Bros. So let's not waste any more time and just get right into it.
Okay, before we get started, this game possibly had the best commercial of the entire Nintendo 64 and possibly best video game commercial ever. Luke, play the clip.
Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be the only one for me is you. Happy together.
Something's gone wrong in the happy-go-lucky world of Nintendo. Introducing Super Smash Bros., where all your favorite characters go toe-to-toe in one 4-player star-studded slam fest, only on Nintendo 64.
I gotta give Nintendo credit right away. They definitely decided to do something big here, and it was awesome they greenlit HAL Laboratory to use major IPs for this game. Nintendo's decision to allow for characters like Link, Mario, Pikachu, and Fox all be included really added some huge appeal to not only buy the game, but it served as a celebration of Nintendo as a whole.
It is almost funny, because if you think about it, the idea here is pretty basic. Take a bunch of popular characters from Nintendo games, make some fighting stages inspired by levels in these games, and pit the characters against each other for some awesome fighting experience. See, technically just a pretty simple concept, but it's fan service done right.
I'll be honest, if it wasn't for Super Smash Bros., I probably wouldn't be nearly as big of a Nintendo fan as I am today. When I first played Smash Bros., I only knew who Pikachu, Fox, Donkey Kong, and Mario were, and had there not have been this mix of characters, and especially what happened in the later Smash Bros. Games later, I probably wouldn't have ever checked out some of the characters I didn't know. I probably never would have played a Metroid game, or a Kirby game, or Yoshi, or even Earthbound. Earthbound probably wouldn't have ever come to North America. And I feel like this applies to a lot of people too.
The gameplay at its core is pretty good here too. I appreciate the fact that they made it a point to make each character's moveset unique, but also based off what their character is known for. It is kind of an example of something they didn't have to do. Let's be honest, we all would have still played the game had the characters mostly all fought the same way. But it's really great how clean and tight the moves are, while also adding a deeper meta into the fighting mechanics, which back then made the game feel fresh and new.
The stages are pretty fun, and sometimes they can be really frustrating, but for the most part, it's nice to have a change of scenery. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying like the maps are broken in any means, just sometimes you just get knocked off the map, and it can get a little frustrating at times. But at the same time, there's kind of this charm to all of the maps that works really well here, and the music is really well done here. I love how when a player wins, their anthem plays from their game, or the maps are just a strong reflection of the game, and that's awesome. Of course, for this being a Smash Bros. Game, the roster is noticeably smaller than its sequels, but I think for the Nintendo 64 it works okay here. Having 8 base characters provides enough variety, but it gives everyone time to get good at all the characters, and you know how I am for unlockable characters. I just love it when games do it, and there's 4 unlockable characters that range from pretty easy to pretty challenging to unlock, and that's pretty awesome. And the overall cast of characters is pretty charming.
There are 2 major game modes in this game. The regular single player mode, which has you fight through several stages, battling about every other character or fighting in teams before facing the Master Hand, who of course is super spoopy and the spookiest video game boss of all time. And that's the bottom line. But what probably most people got their time out of is the multiplayer mode. You can play it with up to 3 of your friends, or you can even play against a computer if you're lonely. And I gotta admit, it's one of the most action-packed and fun multiplayer modes I've ever played with friends. We've all played a game where we turn on stock or lives and battle for the best weapons, and it can be extremely fun.
I think the biggest thing that we can take away from this game is the legacy that Super Smash Bros. Led on. Sure, the gameplay mechanics might not be like as masterful as what we see in Melee, but this game set the stage for a genre and series of games that people want. It's the most anticipated game on every Nintendo console, and it really is obvious why. The game at its core is fun, the characters we all recognize, and the maps are all unique. There's an amazing element of competitiveness and casualness that's all mixed together, and it's just awesome. It's crazy to think this game came out just 2 years before Melee, but Melee changed everything for Nintendo in my opinion. That's when I think I was all in. I was like, alright, I'm a Nintendo fanboy. Let's just call it good.
By the recording of this, there have been 4 Smash games, and if there's a 5th one this year or announced this year, that's gonna be dope. But while all of the Smash Bros games are great, the original Smash on the N64 still holds a special place in our hearts. This is a game you have to experience on the Nintendo 64 if you want to play it, and it's a must-have for every collector too. So pick this one up if you want some old school brawling. Well, that's it for the last episode of Nintenduary. It has been a lot of fun, and thanks to you guys who stuck with us all the way through it. We appreciate ya. Until next time. Bye guys.